3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, LeBron James, he's battling that injury. We on this show come out and give a resounding sigh of belief that the Lakers can continue to make noise without Bron. I said the Lakers, we don't know what we have seen from them. We don't know what we might see from them. They are a legitimate threat to make some legitimized noise. But you, Slick Rick the Bucher.
Yes.
You were doubtful. Well, now Lakers ain't won 3 straight. 7 seed, half game back at a 6 seed, really like a game back at a 5 seed. Sitting pretty. What do you have to say for yourself now? Are the Lakers a legit threat to win the West?
Why am I sitting up here with 3 Cheshire cats right now? All of them grinning like, explain.
I want to hear you.
All right. Who did they beat?
They beat the Rockets.
Okay. Who else?
They beat the Bulls 3 games ago. I believe they beat the Pelicans.
Split with the Bulls. Yeah. 37 and 40 Bulls.
Yeah.
They're trying to make the play-in the East. They beat the Magic. Don't forget the Magic.
You can only win who's on your schedule.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. You can't have it both ways. We've said they have the easiest schedule down the stretch, and that's why we believe they're going to make the play-in, which they should, although as of right now with the 4 remaining games, they probably have the toughest schedule between the Clippers, Warriors, and Lakers in terms of getting the 6th seed. I said at that time that I thought that they would make the play-in. I wasn't saying they were out. You can go back and check the tape. Okay? Now, what else do you want from me at this point?
For them to be a legit threat to win the West.
We're going to go from they're going to make the play-in to now we're gonna win the Western Conference.
Must I be the person to remind you, when LeBron was out, the Lakers were 8-5. That was the 3rd best record in the West, behind only the Kings and the Grizzlies, sir. So with that being said, if they have the 3rd best record while LeBron James is out, and he has since returned, and they are 3-1 since his return, I do believe it is not an ignorant question to ask if they're a legitimized threat to win the West.
Yes,
sir.
And the answer is no, because we're not playing the Rockets and the Magic and the Thunder and the Bulls.
Are you going to leave the Suns out?
We're not going to play the Suns without KD and DeAndre Ayton, okay? We're probably going to play them 7 games, if we get that far, with both of those guys on the court. Look, I hate that you guys are putting me in this position.
I didn't do anything to you.
No,
I didn't do anything to you. I asked the question.
You set it up as, explain yourself, Mr. Negative. I love that the Lakers are doing what they're doing. I am impressed by what they're doing. But I can't go past they're doing what they should be doing. Anthony Davis is playing like we always hoped Anthony Davis would play. LeBron James is playing through this injury. The additions of Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt have been everything they hoped they would be when they got them. Austin Reeves, Hillbilly Kobe, is still entertaining as hell. Like, I love watching this. And I think they're a play-in, and I would expect that they're going to be in the playoffs.
Okay, question then, Slick. If the Lakers are doing what they should be doing, then AD should be a top 5 player in basketball, correct? Like healthy Anthony Davis, top 5, top 10 player in basketball. LeBron James, if he's doing what he should be doing, then he should be playing at a top 5, top 10 level in basketball. He's one of the greatest players of all time. So if the Lakers are doing what they should be doing, then they should be one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the West. If you're telling me AD is playing like he should be, because should be AD is a 30-11, 30-12 caliber player. Should be LeBron James is a 24, 8-8 caliber player. Should be Austin Reeves is going to give you 14-2. Should be D'Angelo Russell is going to give you 17-4. If the Lakers are playing like they should be playing, then they should be a legit threat to win the West.
Except when you get to the playoffs, then the chemistry, attention to detail, and the collective experience in pressure situations becomes paramount. And that's where they're at a huge disadvantage. Darvin Ham is still trying to figure out his rotations. They're still trying to figure out what are we going to run at the end of games. LeBron James being out and then being back in, you still need to figure that out. They just have a lot of things that they have to figure out, and they're going to have to do it on the fly. Never mind the fact that AD is already playing through injury. LeBron James is already playing through injury. And if they're going to get to the Western Conference Finals, they've got to play 20 more games, like the last 20 games, with those guys having to do a little bit more than play through injury. Like, they got to be really, really good, potentially playing with injury. So, excuse me for being cynical or a skeptic about them getting there, as opposed to saying they're a legit threat. Not when I see the Suns, not when I see the Warriors. Even Denver, Memphis, and Sacramento collectively have more time together than the Lakers do. You're still trying to patch pieces together. And this disappointment, are you disappointed in me? Are you disappointed in me telling you what the reality is? Because it doesn't fit with the idea that we're going to have this great story of LeBron and AD winning yet another championship. Which is it? Just tell me which it is.
They won 6 out their last 7. That's all I know.
There are 3 teams that I take seriously in the West because you are what you are until you're not.
Okay.
And the Lakers are champions. They have LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
King.
The Warriors are a dynasty.
No doubt about it.
And the Suns were in the finals.
A couple years back.
Okay, when were the Lakers champions?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, and who was on that team?
Okay, it's a different
LeBron
team,
James, Anthony Davis.
But the core of that team is LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Thank you.
The core of that team is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The Warriors have won championships with their core in a completely different cast of rotating role players for their dynasty run. It's a different team.
Talk that talk, George Taylor. Talk that talk, George Taylor.
So look, you can talk about Memphis and Sacramento and Denver, and they've had great regular seasons.
Wait a minute. You just said the Warriors' core was different from their...
The same.
No,
she
said the core is
the
core, Steph Curry.
Boy, it's a deep core that won a championship. Just...
Sure. I'm putting the Warriors in that conversation.
Okay.
And the Lakers and the Suns.
How many months rest did the Lakers get before they had to make the playoff? I'm just checking. I can't remember. I can't remember all the details.
At the end of the day, you can't win if you're not in.
Okay?
True. And they've won when they get in. And so have the Warriors, which is why I have faith in them. And so
they didn't beat Phoenix.
Okay, not Phoenix, all right, but they have won in the past 3 years. Those are the teams that have.
Thank you. 2-5, where you stand on this, man?
I like what the Lakers are doing, being honest. I don't know if they can win the West. That's asking for a lot.
It is.
Right? But I do think that if they get in the playoffs and Anthony Davis is playing like Anthony Davis, he's playing that.
Correct.
Like, AD's playing.
Oh,
you can add LeBron James, right? LeBron's LeBron. And then the cool thing is, like, the role players.
Playing their role.
All that experience they had when LeBron James was out, like Austin Reeves, like, they actually go on there and start balling. People know he can do this. Now they've seen him do it when LeBron was out, so now we expect it. He's that extra spark that they need.
Shady, it's okay. You can come over to my side.
No, listen.
No, you can.
It's okay.
I'm never.
One thing about me.
What did you say at the very beginning?
Listen.
Being a threat in the West is a little too much to ask.
No. I'm just saying to win the West.
What?
Right? To win the West. I only see 2 teams really that I got to say, yo, they might can just win the West.
Phoenix,
because you add KD.
What does that say?
What's it say?
Look,
the Lakers are a legit threat to win the West.
Yeah.
They got a shot. They got a big shot. Listen. If you ask me any team, right, to win the West, who would you pick? And he just like gives one team.
No, Phoenix, Golden State, now LA's creeping into that.
Do you see what I'm saying? There's no concrete answer for that, right?
Creeping into the conversation.
You said you was telling like the Lakers is done. They can't do this. They can't do that.
No. I just
pick a side, player. Pick a side.
It really is. Look, the postseason is just such a grind and a march.
Sure.
It tests every element of your team.
Sure.
And I look at the Lakers as just being unproven in that.
Okay.
In that
the role players,
in too many ways.
Well, any of them.
Because you couldn't. No.
Well,
you can't say that about LeBron.
The health of AD and LeBron.
That's what he's getting at.
And the experience. Austin Reeves has never played in a playoff game.
Assuming that Anthony Davis and LeBron are healthy, because if either one of them is not healthy, then this isn't even a conversation.
But that's his point.
Okay, but they're playing, and AD is playing at a high level, and LeBron is contributing. So if they're going into the postseason playing how they're playing now, and the role players are stepping up, what's the question? Because LeBron and AD have done the postseason before. Yeah. So really the question would be about the role players, which I would argue is the same for almost all teams. Like there's very few teams that have
Golden State
consistency that have actually gone to the finals.
Golden State's the only one. Because here's my issue.
I mean, you could argue Phoenix.
But you can't because they sent off their 2 role players with KD.
Yeah.
So here's my issue because...
Still got DeAndre and Devin Booker.
But she's talking role players.
And Kevin Durant has been to the finals.
Okay, here's my argument for you, Slick. Kevin Durant hasn't proven to us that he can stay healthy for an extended period of time since he tore his Achilles. So if you don't question anybody's health, you got to question KD's too. But let's not question health. Let's assume all teams are healthy. Then you got to go to Joy's point. Okay, well, role players haven't proven themselves. what team in the West has role players outside of the Warriors that have proven themselves? Because the role players for the Suns, whether it be Jay Crowder, whether it be Cam Johnson, whether it be Bridges, they not there no more.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So all them role players for the Suns that was getting buckets back in 2021, they are gone. So I don't truly see, outside of the Warriors, any team that you can say, you know what, they're healthy and they're experienced.
And nobody's really this healthy this late in the year anyway. So everybody's beat up. Maybe if you don't, they're not putting it on TV or letting them know, but everybody's banged up.
For the same reason people question, can the Milwaukee Bucks get there because of Chris Middleton maybe not being 100%? Or who else am I thinking of? Chris Paul not being 100%, where we question the Los Angeles Clippers. Not confident that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are going to be there.
PG,
We legitimately look at all those teams and go, yeah, can I count on that? Can I count on those guys making the entire run? And I would say for the Lakers, as much as or more than any other team,
that's fair.
You have to have LeBron and AD playing the way they're playing, or they have no shot. And I just can't take what they've done over the last couple of weeks and say that's the same as playing in a 7-game series when you're going to grind every single game, whether it be Denver or Memphis. Those cats are going to, I mean, you're talking about younger, more athletic teams getting up and down. Can they handle that? Look, if they make it, great. Better for us.
Correct.
I mean, what a fantastic story, right? What a great addition to LeBron's career to be able to do it when nobody saw it coming. But if you're asking me, do I expect it to happen or do I think it's legit that they should be there? I can't create that expectation.
Well, we're getting closer, Slick. I got you a little bit closer to my side. We'll see how far it gets you in the next 4 games.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.